Well, hello mornings. This is Kat Lee, and welcome to day 8 of our Peaceful Productivity series. I'm about to tell you one of my most embarrassing moments. Embarrassing, one of our saddest moments. No, not saddest. It's a story in our family lore. So here's the thing. I am sharing this series about productivity. I am not a naturally organized and productive person. It's something that I've had to work at really hard, and I can be scatterbrained, 100%. So this story is evidence of that. When my oldest daughter was very young, she was going to her very first birthday party. It was a princess party, and she was supposed to dress up, and it was a very exciting deal. It was for her little friend that she'd known for years. And I drive up to the house. She's all decked up in her princess outfit. There's nobody at the house, no cars, no nothing. And I thought, oh, maybe I'm early. And I wait there for a little bit and I'm like, oh, I should probably figure out maybe I'm at the wrong spot. So then I call another friend that I knew that was supposed to go to the party. And I said, hey, is the party today at 1 or 3? And she said, well, the party is at 1, but it was yesterday. I heard that and I looked in my rearview mirror at my little princess, so excited for her party, all dressed up with nowhere to go. Y'all, it's been like 16 years and it still cuts me to the core. We ended up somewhat redeeming it because thankfully children are very resilient, and we went to the pet store and we went out to eat and she was a happy camper. But it is truly a story. These girls are now 21 and 23, and it is still a story we tell. Use your calendar. That's my tip for today. Use your calendar, but use it intentionally. We all have calendars. We all put things on there rather haphazardly. But my encouragement for you today is to ask yourself, do I really use my calendar? Do I really add things to it? Do I just randomly have stuff on there? Or have I been intentional about all the emails with all the events coming up for school, with all the bulletins from church and all the events from there? Have I intentionally really put everything on there that I am committed to doing? So that's the first question I want to ask you. Then the second question is, do I really look at it? You might be a very organized person. You might naturally be very intentional. That is not me. I am a creative person and I can forget to look at my calendar. So I've had to create these habits and these rhythms and routines to help me be more consistent about adding things to my calendar and checking my calendar. And it is extraordinary how much of a difference that can make in your life. So currently, I will check my calendar every day. I make sure also that the to-do list that I have incorporates my calendar so that whenever I'm thinking about my day, I have a view of my events and the tasks that I want to accomplish. Then I also have my events on my home screen of my phone so I can always see what's coming up. And I just have it as a habit each morning as a part of the 3-minute morning that I look at my calendar and I think through what I have coming up that day. So that way I'm realistically adding things as events come in. Thankfully, with technology now, you can often just click on a little date on your phone in an email and it will automatically add the event to your calendar. So I'm getting so much better about adding things to my calendar, making sure that everything important is on there. And then looking at my calendar each day or each week so that I know what's coming up. Because here's the key. We want to use our calendar effectively so that we can plan our days and be realistic about our time instead of wishful about our time. You see, before I really effectively used my calendar and made sure that everything important was on there and that I was checking it regularly, I would be wishful about my time. There were things that I wanted to do or things that I felt would make others happy if I did, or that I feel like I was expected to do. And I would just say yes to all the things because I thought I should do them. Instead of looking at my calendar, being realistic about my time and saying, yes, I have time for that, or I'm so sorry, but there are only 24 hours in the day. I can't add anything. I'm sorry. And there is a freedom in that, a freedom in being realistic about our time instead of just thinking we can burn the candle at both ends, thinking we can just fight really hard and get things done. So the calendar can be your friend. It can help you make sure you don't miss princess parties. And it can help you make sure that you are realistic about your time and not wishful about your time. Now, the last tip I want to give you as far as your calendar goes is definitely get the events on there you want to do. Definitely check your calendar regularly so that you can be realistic and not wishful about your time. And then finally, if you have a pretty busy life and you have lots of tasks that you want to accomplish, you can try something called time blocking. And that's simply the idea that you look at your calendar. Now, if you use a digital calendar, you create a separate one just to do this in particular. But you look at your calendar and you say, okay, I'm going to be sleeping from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I'm going to go to the gym from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. I'm going to eat breakfast and get the kids to school from 7 to 9. Whatever your day might look like, kind of plan out your ideal day. How are you going to spend the different chunks of time? Now, that doesn't mean it's rigid and that you have to do it like that every single day, but it can be a guide. Do you remember when you first went to school in maybe the first grade or kindergarten, and there was probably just a piece of paper on the wall or maybe a list on the board, and you just kind of followed along. At this time, we do this. At this time, we do this. And then we have recess, and then we have playtime, and then we have snack time and nap time. And it was peaceful to just follow along. And so when you time block, when you say, this is the time that I sleep, this is the time that I eat breakfast, this is the time that I go to the gym, this is the time that I make dinner, and you incorporate all of your responsibilities and all of the things that you need to do, again, it helps you to have that realistic perspective of time. And it can feel so much more peaceful to just kind of follow along with the schedule you had set out for yourself. The key here is that if you're a personality type like mine, and that can feel overly rigid, to just know that you're the boss of you. So you can follow that time blocking on a day, or you can just say, hey, today I feel like being really creative. That's what peaceful productivity is ultimately about. Not being too rigid, and yet being disciplined enough to do the things that we're responsible for. So today, check to see if you have everything on your calendar that's important to you. Check your calendar today, see what you have going on. And try time blocking. Look at your schedule, figure out how you want to spend an ideal day, and try to make each day match up to that as well as you can. All right, friends, if you've not had your 3-minute morning, you are not too late. You are right on time, and it is coming up next. The first minute of the 3-minute morning routine is to simply pray Psalm 143:8. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I've put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life. Minute 2 of the 3-minute morning is just to look at the calendar today. Plan a few of the most important things and pray through what God wants you to add or take away from your calendar today. And the third and final minute of the 3-minute morning routine is simply to take 10 deep, slow breaths. All right, you did it. That's the 3-minute morning routine. Now, if you want to follow this up with the daily Bible reading from the daily check-in section of the Hello Mornings Academy, or our daily prayer point, or you just want the accountability of checking in on our daily post and saying hello, we'd love to cheer you on. Now go have a great day.